Hello, welcome to Weather Watch, Millersville University's exclusive weather entertainment show. I'm your host, Amber Liggett. Communication is the theme for this season and the topic of discussion for this episode. Weather Watch's Curtis Silverwood dives into the importance of communication within the field of meteorology.
Meteorology is a frustrating field not only for professionals to communicate, but for the public to understand. There are things that current and future meteorologists can do to better communicate our field more proficiently. To get an idea of where the public stands, we interviewed Millersville University students to see what they know about our field.
Weather's like snow and all different types of things, and climate's just like the temperature.
Weather is like rain, snow, different weather patterns.
Climate depends on like the seasonal things, like it's expected, because it's like, fall is more so like kind of chill, not cold, and then you transfer to winter is frigid.
Weather is more of like a day-to-day thing or like a weekly thing, like it'll be sunny all week, whereas the climate is like it's typically really, really cold here or really, really hot.
What do you think about climate change?
I think climate change is very important because if we don't pay attention to it and the polar ice caps melt, then what?
I don't think about it often.
In my opinion, it's just getting colder, so I don't understand the whole global warming thing, but I think climate change is just that we're really messing things up by inhabiting the earth, and it all depends.
I don't like it because I like to stick to one particular setting, which is I like the winter time, but I like the springtime as well because it's not cold and it's not hot, so you can say warm. I like warm weather.
What percentage of the time do you think forecasts are accurate?
72.
75.
75%.
Maybe about 75%.
But like 80.
Do you trust your local meteorologist?
I do. They're pretty accurate.
No, I don't think I rely on them. I kind of just hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
For the most part, there's no one else really I go to.
Do you think severe weather is communicated well to the public?
Yes, except I think it's hyped up a lot. I think that they kind of tell us all to run to the grocery store and buy bread and milk, and then we end up getting like half an inch of snow.
They're proper, like they're very well communicating like technically what the weather's going to be, but I don't think they very easily like communicate the impact that the weather's going to have on like anything else in life.
Yes, because it comes through the news, it comes through the radio, and I also get text messages on my phone saying when severe weather watch is underway.
Sometimes, but obviously we know what happened with Katrina, so that could have been communicated a little bit more.
Based on the responses that we have received, we can determine that there are things we need to do to communicate our field effectively. The first step we need to take is to know our audience. Our audience includes every single person that may see or hear our forecasts. We have to understand how the human brain works. People use the knowledge they have to try and break apart things that are more complex, like topics including climate change or severe weather. If we use general knowledge to explain difficult topics, it will increase the likelihood of the public understanding what we are trying to interpret. Once we know our audience and have begun using their language, we need to get their attention. We get their attention by using framing. Framing is setting the stage by breaking it into different parts that are easily understandable. The first step is to identify central issues. After identifying these issues, it is important to signify why these issues are of importance and what would be a solution. When using framing, we can condense a message to make it easily understandable, like topics involving severe weather or climate change. It's one thing using framing in our forecast and on-air broadcast, but the next step would be to use layman's terms instead of professional jargon. Professionals may use a word like risk in a forecast to describe the chance for a thunderstorm to occur. Instead of using the word risk, saying the probability of a thunderstorm to occur is a more effective way for the public to process information. Lastly, a meteorologist is a human being. There will be error, but communicating the uncertainties will keep the majority trusting you and coming back. Remember, for our field to survive, there needs to be communication between us and the public because it's extremely important. Reporting for Weather Watch, I'm student meteorologist Curtis Silverwood.
Thanks, Curtis. That's it for this episode of Weather Watch. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at the addresses below. Also, check out our website, muweatherwatch.com, to see our previous episodes. On behalf of the entire cast and crew, I'm Amber Liggett, and we'll see you next time.